There are various causes of jaundice in an adult person, but the most important and frequently affecting general population and those who have to get repeatedly admitted in a hospital are hepatitis B and hepatitis C viruses, commonly called in the general population or in layman terms scalapedia. Scalapedia, there is nothing like kala in this, nothing like black. The only thing, it is a chronic disease, that's why general population, general public, layman people call it as a scalapedia, because it's got many complications and more sequelae for the liver. So what is the hepatitis B and what is the hepatitis C? Hepatitis B and C both are affected by the virus, and on long-term patients they develop chronicity of the disease in these individuals, which leads on to liver cirrhosis, liver failure, and sometimes liver cancer also in few of the patients. So how can you get infected by hepatitis B or C? Hepatitis B and C, they are transmitted through contact with infected blood, either through a body fluid or through injection needles or through semen or saliva also. Patients who are drug addicts, they usually get infected by the infected needles from each other and by sharing of syringes and their other drug preparation equipment wherever they manufacture those drugs themselves. You can also get infected from open wounds or contact with an infected blood from an infected person. If your hand are cut or they are having abrasions or they have some ulcers on your hands or your feet. Because in common day practice we have seen even a healthy person would have lot of cuts on your hands and fingers without your knowledge. So if you are coming with contact with an infected blood, saliva or a semen, so you can get infected through that routes also. Sharing of items like razors, toothbrushes or needles, as I told you, or infected knives can also cause infection. The vertical infection, we call it from mother to child infection. This usually happens with hepatitis B, less so with hepatitis C. It is a fully protected vaccination available for the young children, both as well active immunization as well as passive immunization for the child, and it should be given within few hours of the childbirth. Sex with an infected person definitely is an unprotected sex from an infected person, definitely leads to hepatitis B and C. So one should be careful in sharing your sex partners. Why is it important to treat hepatitis B or C? Hepatitis B and C both infects liver on a long-term basis, and it leaves an irreparable loss on long term. It may lead to cirrhosis, as I told you, cancer and even death with the complications of liver disease. Who's at maximum risk of contracting hepatitis B or C? Number: infants born to infected mothers, sex partners of infected persons, injection drug users, household contacts of persons with chronic hepatitis B virus, healthcare and public safety workers at risk for occupational exposures to blood or blood contaminated fluids. That means staff nurses, health boys, health workers or staff ward boys, they are at risk. So they should be properly protected with wearing of gloves. And those patients who are on chronic hemodialysis, they are also likely to contract hepatitis B and hepatitis C viruses. How do I know if I have hepatitis B virus or hepatitis C virus? The symptoms of hepatitis B or C are very subtle. They can be very minor, or you can miss it also. The large number of patients have no symptoms at all, while others they would have severe symptoms like flu, general fatigue, joint pains, muscle pain, loss of appetite, nausea, vomiting, diarrhea. This may all follow after a low-grade fever. If you are having such symptoms after a mild or a short febrile illness, one should be careful in about these subsequent nausea and vomiting symptoms. So as the disease progresses, the jaundice will follow in your eyes, or your skin will also get tinged with yellowness color. So it is important to remember that even mild forms of disease can lead to serious complications. Simple blood tests are necessary to determine with certainty if you have any hepatitis. Simple blood tests from hepatitis B and C are very economical, they are not very expensive. So whenever if you have any doubt, you should go for hepatitis B and hepatitis C blood test from any nearby laboratory. So what precautions can you take to prevent hepatitis B or C? The basic precautions can be taken for hepatitis B. Avoid sharing of needles, toothbrushes or razors. Healthcare workers like sweepers, ward boys, staff nurses are at increased risk of getting this infection. They should be given adequate precautions. For example, they should wear latest gloves. If there is any risk of coming in contact with the blood or any body fluids like urine, stool or fluids from any part of the body. Hemodialysis patients should go in for blood tests for hepatitis B or C very regularly. Young children should be vaccinated against hepatitis B also. All children in endemic areas, especially Indian subcontinent, they should have 3 injections of hepatitis B at a very young age. Although there is a protection for hepatitis B vaccination, we have 3 injections at 0, 1 and 6 months interval. It should be given intramuscular injection at the deltoid only, nowhere else, because it will not be then as effective as it should be. And it is protection is to a tune of 90 to 95%. Patients will have full protection for their life. However, those persons who are already infected with hepatitis B, they will not have any benefit of getting vaccination for hepatitis B vaccine. However, we don't have any vaccine for hepatitis C. There is no way you can protect yourself by any immunization. The only way is to take precautions. Precautions are to have safe sex, away from infected blood, and non-sharing of needles, maybe drug it or maybe a non-drug it. Is there a cure for hepatitis B or C? The question is yes. Answer is yes. For an acute infection, there is generally no treatment other than rest and sport in my ears, especially for hepatitis B, because 90 to 95% of these patients will cure of themselves by just sporting my ears. And only a few persons will land into chronicity. However, hepatitis C, if you have acute infection, the likelihood of going into chronicity are much higher. So you should try to seek treatment for hepatitis C even during acute phase infections. But those patients who will end up with chronic infections, there is a treatment available for hepatitis B as well as hepatitis C. Very good response. In hepatitis C also we have a success rate to up to the tune of 80%. And however, in the case of hepatitis B, we have a success rate of little less than that, up to about 50 to 60% only. The treatment is available in the forms of injections and tablets. So depending upon the indication and requirement of an individual person, one can be advised to go for a specific treatment for chronicity. The treatment usually lasts for 6 months to a year or 2 years, depending on the type of virus and the state of infection. What should hepatitis B or hepatitis C infected person be advised to do to protect their livers from further damage? Hepatitis C positive person should be advised to avoid alcohol because it can accelerate their cirrhosis and continued liver damage, and end-stage liver disease will come in these patients. Viral hepatitis patients should also check with health professionals before taking any new prescription pills, especially over the counter, such as non-aspirin painkillers or some food supplements, and they can have some potentially damaging effect on the liver, which it may not be even prescribed in the prescription or in the literature provided to you. should hepatitis B or hepatitis C infected person be restricted from working in certain occupations or settings? No. Person should not be excluded from any work, school, play, childcare or other settings on the basis of hepatitis B or hepatitis C infected status. There is no evidence of hepatitis B or C transmission from food handlers, teachers or other service providers in the absence of blood to blood contact. Thank you.